Drop your back inside the machine. Great jacket if you want in your folder.
I'll just walk through it.
Yeah, man. Come in.
Just want to drop it on there.
You alright? Can I just say that I know last time we had a little bit of a dispute. I'm representing myself in court today for resisting arrest. I'm afraid I'm worried in case the judge might want to try and do me for contempt. So I'm just warning, if he calls for contempt, I am the private sovereign being, so like you don't have jurisdiction to touch me or anything like that. So I just hope he gets that with justly kind of thing. If it gets to that stage, because I'm hearing sometimes when people represent themselves, the judges don't like it, and I try and call contempt of court when we try and take control of the case.
Yeah, it's alright. It's up to you, so I mean, you've got the ability to represent yourself, put your case over, and that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
What's your initial, sir?
MT.
MT?
Yeah.
Okay. Come back for this when you're ready. Okay, man.
Come on. Stop it. Is that your bag?
Oh yeah.
Don't forget that. You have to have a go. See you then.
We've got little bits here. Got my name wrong, or my legal fiction name wrong. No. What is that name? What the hell is that?
Come on, man, that's a lot of bullshit.
Subhanallah. Alright, so what court?
As an anchor, you know.
Why? So what court? You ready? It starts now, you know. You wanna hold my jacket a minute? I'm just carrying it smart. And it will attack you, get me, so we don't want to push them to a corner too much. Sorry.
Don't do this.
Yeah?
Don't do this, don't stand up, don't do this.
But I'm not going to enter until he's already...
Well, there you go, innit? And once I mean, you really have to stand up.
That'll be interesting.
So you've got two jackets?
My smart jacket. This jacket hit me from the rain, innit? I suppose we'll put it down somewhere now.
I told you it's cool.
Just try it down. Nice stuff ready. Is that a clerk? Is that a clerk? Look at me smiling and that. I can remember buzzing about court. Smiling like a chuffed and gum in court, you know.
Hello, can I have a seat with you just a second? Have you booked me in for this checking course, sir? Yeah, that's fine, because I should be going to do them shortly, when I know whether I can help this gentleman or not. Hello.
How are you doing? Are you the clerk?
Sorry?
Are you the clerk for this court?
No, I'm the duty solicitor. I'm here to give free advice to people who are before the court having committed an offence.
Okay.
Allegedly committing an offence, and
Right.
that's my job.
Okay, then I should be alright, but maybe I'll ask a couple of things.
Well, are you here because you're supposed to have committed a crime?
Supposedly, yeah.
Alright, what are you supposed to have done?
Resisting arrest and obstructing
Have you
police
got your
officer.
charge sheet?
I haven't.
No. And when was that? Is this your first time before
Yes,
the court?
4th of January.
Alright. Well, can you just tell me about it? I don't want to.
No, I'd rather than that, in case I enter into some kind of contract that I don't want to enter into.
You're not into any contract?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the duty solicitor. Now that means, doesn't mean I'm the court solicitor, I'm the police solicitor.
Okay.
I do lots and lots of criminal work, and you should tell from the grey hairs I have done for a very, very long time, long before you were born, probably before your parents were born.
Right.
It just happens to be my turn to help out today.
Okay.
Right. That's my name. Yeah. It's Graham McGrath, and I'm the senior partner of McGrath and Co. Which is obviously a name you may have heard of.
You've heard of Jennifer Cooper?
I I do indeed
I'm
know that.
helping. I'm dealing with her case.
Are you
I'm
right?
helping with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so we know know about it.
Yeah.
Now the situation is this. Today's completely free. Okay. I can help you because you're charged with something which you could theoretically go to prison. I'm saying you will, and it would be very unusual in such a case for you to end up in prison, but theoretically it is an imprisonment.
But you know what,
and therefore I am able to help you today.
Right.
If the case finishes today, it will cost you absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
If the case gets adjourned today, you can, if you wish, have us to help you in future, either on because of legal aid. So is this gentleman with you?
I was with me. Yeah.
Either on legal aid if you're eligible for that, or we'll tell you what it will cost you,
Yeah.
but you're not committing yourself to anything.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So, we'll come back to the basics. You tell me you're here for resist police. Which court are you in, by the way?
This court actually.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me what they are claiming you've done and what actually happened.
I'm probably not going to go too much into it, but I'm thinking, because I'm going to represent myself, I'm going to be alright. But I'm thinking maybe
Nobody other than someone who is not intelligent represents himself in a criminal court,
Okay.
and you are clearly very intelligent.
Well, somewhat.
I mean, they say of lawyers, a lawyer who represents himself as a fool for a client. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if that's true of a lawyer,
Yeah.
how much more is it true of someone who isn't a lawyer? Yes.
Right. Okay.
All right.
That's interesting.
The whole
still.
point is, I mean, if you had an appendix
Yeah.
problem,
Yeah.
you wouldn't take it out yourself, would you? You go and see a doctor. Yeah.
Mhm.
The whole point is, we're professionals. We know about the law and the system.
But again, you go on legal terminologies. I'm functioning
No, I
on
go
the lawful.
on talking plain English when I'm talking
Okay,
to
but I'm
members of the
coming with
public.
the lawful terminologies. I'm coming on that kind of angle. But
Let's
basically, can I?
let's just forget for the moment any legal terminology.
Okay.
What do they claim that you did, and what actually happened?
They claimed that, in fact, the best thing is probably reading that.
It probably isn't, but let me have a quick look.
But I think I don't want to.
No, that's not telling me. That's not telling me anything. It's just,
But you've scanned through it,
I've
so
scanned very briefly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't tell me the answer to the very simple question
Right.
I'm asking. What do they claim that you did? What are you supposed to have done?
resisting arrest,
Yeah, that's
obstructing.
just the headline.
Yeah.
If I said, if you come to me and said,
Oh, but you know what? You're right. But that's the thing. I don't know.
Right.
I need to find out who actually has put the claim on me. I know it's a CPS, but I don't know the actual details. So.
Right, so you don't know
need
what
to
they're
be
alleging
informed.
against you.
Not fully, not like
Right,
that.
then tell me what happened on the day you got arrested.
I'd rather not go into that. Because it's all written in my affidavit, and I think that's just for the judge to.
It isn't in the affidavit at all. It doesn't say what's happened. Let me explain to you very simply. The law is, in all serious cases, I mean there are cases that are so trivial,
Yeah.
like driving a car without a licence. It's very simple. You either had a licence, you either were driving the car or you weren't.
Yeah.
You either had a licence or you didn't.
But if you're
And
travelling,
if
you do not need license.
the answer is yes, I was driving the car. No, I didn't have a licence. You're guilty. If it's no, I wasn't driving the car. You're not guilty. If it's yes, I was driving the car with a licence.
But if
you're
you're
not guilty.
private, if you're travelling privately, you do not need license. Is that not so?
If you're on private land.
No, if you were travelling privately,
What do you mean
if you're not,
travelling privately?
when you have a license, that's basically you're acting as an agent for the government, for you to be regulated by their statutes. So if you're travelling privately, you do not need license. License only came about, I don't know when it came about, but it's not.
1930s.
Well, there you go. So before that, licenses weren't about. So it's only a statute form of policy why we need licenses.
Yes, it is a policy. It's a public protection policy.
And I'm more
Stop people
interested
who
in
can't
law,
drive.
just law, and that's it, not policy, company policy, just law.
Well, law is what Parliament says.
No,
We have a democratic society. We elect MPs. We don't like them, we chuck them out, and they get together and they vote and they make the law. That's how law is made.
Because people like we sponsor this country, sponsor the government. We are creditors to the country, to the government. So
we're all citizens anyway.
There's a debate with that.
Let us for the moment forget the politics, because I'm not particularly concerned about that. Particularly when I've got three people to go and represent in another court. in terms of most serious criminal offences, murder downwards, you have two aspects of a criminal charge. One is, what did somebody do? Yes? And you may have a debate about what they did.
Right.
And secondly, there is what is in their head when they were doing it.
Okay.
So that if I go into Tesco's and I'm a Class A drug user, and I'm running money, and I want to get some money, and I go in there to steal things, and I walk out without paying, intending not to pay, tend to flog them around the corner to get my drugs, I'm a thief. Yes? Because I've taken the stuff, and at the time, what was in my head, I'm dishonest, I'm dishonest, I'm intending to do it. If on the other hand I'm a few years older even than I am now, and I have Alzheimer's, and I put the stuff in my bag, and I walk out of Tesco's without paying for them, so exactly the same act, I've walked out of Tesco's without paying for the stuff, but the reason I've done it is because my mind is all over the place, and I'm demented, and I don't know I've done it, I've forgotten to pay. I'm not guilty of theft.
I agree.
Okay? So, on a charge of obstructing the police, the legal issues that arise are, first of all, was the policeman legally entitled to do what he was doing?
Exactly.
Was he acting within what's called the execution of his duty? And that's a very complicated legal issue. And secondly, did you in fact do something that made his job more difficult? Obstructing resistance is about making the policeman's job more difficult. And
I could talk about it off record.
Did you at the time that you were doing whatever it was, did you appreciate fully what the situation was? That's the complex area we're dealing with. Now, if what you're saying to me is you want to go and do the case yourself, fine, there's the court, you go and tell me what you're doing yourself, I'll put you up in the dock, and you can tell me whatever you like. Or alternative, if you want me to help you, I need you to tell me, very simply, what you say happened, and I can then tell you what I think your legal position is. But if you don't want to tell me what happened today, I can't give you any advice whatsoever.
That's okay. I can tell you off record, and I'm still going to represent myself if you just want to know like that.
No, I'm not interested. I'm interested.
Then it's all right. Then I've got this covered.
So you're going to go and do it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
There's Rudy's stuff there, you know what, I'm going to give him a little holler. You're right.
How are you?
Remember me?
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick sort of...
Yeah, come on, you'll have to walk this way.
Yeah, that's cool. Basically, I'm in court, I'm representing myself for resisting arrest. But they arrested a private sovereign being. So basically, I'm going to go in, hand this into the clerk before, so she can give it to the judge. He can read it, and then I'm going to enter after. Will there be any problems with that?
No, there shouldn't be. But it depends on the clerk, you see. It depends on the clerk. Well, some will say no, come in, enter your plea, then hand that in a case.
But that's going against my rights then, isn't it? So then I have to argue that?
You have to argue with that.
But really, truthfully, it should be alright.
I'm going to get downstairs and see it.
Alright then, no problem, man. So that's just confirmed, like, I can't really, I want to talk to more sisters. Because he represented me last time, and that's when I got locked up.
Yeah, talk to him now.
I'll ask him something now. I'm alright still, I'm glad you remember my name. Just a quick question after records. I'm going to go in court one.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that to the clerk, to give to the judge, to read before I enter. After when it's read, I will enter, so I can enter within my terms and conditions. There shouldn't be a problem with that, should there?
You'll be told to enter when they call your name. If you don't enter, you're failing to surrender to bail. I'd enter when they ask you to.
Yeah,
Fail to surrender to bail is an offence. I wouldn't commit that offence. I've argued this before the Court of Appeal recently and tried to say that somebody's at court, even if they're not in the room, they've surrendered. The Court of Appeal said no. You haven't surrendered unless you're in court.
But then that means I've entered into a contract then, isn't it?
No, not necessarily. There's no contract, it's not civil proceedings.
Right.
It's a criminal court.
Yeah.
So the issue
is... criminal court, but it's administrative court, so isn't it? It's all administrative.
The magistrates court is solely
administrative.
In this building is either criminal or it's family.
Right.
There is no administrative court function.
Yes, there is. But then that's something you haven't...
Never mind that.
The administrative court function is exercised by the administrative court, which is a division of the High Court.
Okay.
So it's not the magistrates court. The magistrates court has summary jurisdiction only, which is criminal and family.
Right, okay.
They used to be just criminal, but they've incorporated family as well. Are you here on a charge?
Yeah.
Have you been bailed to attend here, or have you been summoned?
They gave me, from the police station, they gave me the date to come, but
Did they charge you at the police
it.
station?
Yeah, but I can
In
accept
that case,
it.
you're bailed to come here.
Yeah.
Terms and conditions of your bail are you've got to surrender to bail on the time and date appointed.
Right.
The time and date appointed is when they call you into court.
Right.
But if you don't go into court at that point, you're technically failing to surrender to bail. If you've got a smart-ass judge in there, or a smart-ass legal advisor, they will simply say you're failing to surrender to bail. That's an offence. Get that on your record, and that's potentially imprisonable. So there's no point in trying to wind them up about that one. If I were you, by all means, hand that in.
But this is what I'm here to even discuss the charge in the first place. Anyway, before the case can even start, I'm here to discuss the charge.
You're still bailed to be here. That's out of your hands. You've been charged.
I've been bailed.
Defense or not, that's a matter for you.
He's bailed to be here.
You're bailed to be here.
Right.
You're bailed to be here. You've got to be in there when they call you.
Okay.
I wouldn't take the risk of not being in there when they call you.
Right, but that's cool.
Recently.
They can still call me, but I'm going in.
Arguing the same bloody point with a chap at the Crown Court, because he went into the court building and then left before he was called.
Right.
I mean, no, you only surrender to bail technically, not when you attend the court buildings. That's what I was trying to argue.
Right.
This case law to support.
But I've entered into it with my conditions, so it's like entering into their contract.
You have no standing at this stage to enter in with any conditions.
You want to? Yeah.
Even less than I do. Even less than I do.
So basically, it's all under their jurisdiction.
It's their jurisdiction, but you're entitled to defend yourself.
I'm the executory and the beneficiary. The judge is the trustee. Now I take control of the courtroom, and are you still trying to say this that?
I'm not going to enter into that discussion.
Yeah, I hope to see you
know more about these things than I do.
Alright then. I'll probably conditionally accept the contracts with my conditions.
That's all you do. And then all you do when you want to go in the liquor chief's internet, said on the record, I'm going to get all my input by that.
Yeah. And now I will. Everything will be on the record.
You say this is gameplay. Very much more.
Yeah, very. I hope to see him after this though, if he gets out properly, inshallah. I feel like to talk to more sisters. Assalamu alaikum akh. How are you? كيف حالك? Alhamdulillah. Quick question, you sister.
Yes.
Basically, I'm in for resisting arrest. I'm going to represent myself.
Okay.
So basically, I'm going to come in on my own terms and conditions. Now, how I want to come in is I want to give my affidavit of claim to the clerk and my affidavit of what has happened. Give it to the clerk, so the clerk can give it to the judge.
Yeah.
When he reads, then I can enter with my conditions. Will there be a problem with that?
No, what is it actually saying?
That affidavit just basically states that I am a private being, I am not part of the United Kingdom LC, I'm not the legal fiction, I am the private sovereign, and this affidavit is just to talk about the charge and exactly a bit of what happened, or why the charge was put on me, the stuff leading to the charge. It was all based around me wearing handcuffs. But I know the judge doesn't like these things. He tries to do contempt of court and things like that.
They don't like it because I think they mess with, as far as they see it.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, nobody has authority over me but Allah. try to go with negative a burning type approach.
Which court are you in?
This one, number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah. What do you think it's just like in there?
Those magistrates are there, including me.
Yeah. Okay.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, definitely. I think so. Alright, jazakallah khair, man. Yeah, man, inshallah. We're in the courts, magistrates, to deal with my case. Just handed in my affidavit of claim and affidavit of truth regarding the matter. So the judge is going to read that, and hopefully the clerk will call me in once he's read it, and I shall go in with my rights intact on my terms and conditions. How was your morning anyway?
Pardon?
How was your morning?
It's been alright actually.
Yeah.
Compared to the rest of the week, yeah.
Okay. But it's the last day as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I bet you're glad.
This spot is so much better.
Yeah, it's true, man. Everyone's human beings, man. Just
last time we had hardcore.
yeah, I know. You know what, and that's what I mean, like,
lessons learned, man.
yeah, for real.
You have to go through.
Because even like this whole reason why I'm here, it's because that attitude and stubbornness, really. Because I could have just, yeah, and that's it, man. But I didn't. It's just principle. So I'm gonna point him out.
He's a leader thinking, what? Oh no. I thought we would have took that off, to be honest.
I was gonna, man, but I thought, you know what, nah. Because it helps me, meant to just reaffirm what I'm seeing, like, it's nice.
Have they read it now and discussing something, you know, what to do?
Yeah, I don't know, I've looked though. But the thing is, the first that needs to be discussed is with the name, like the issue is that the charge has been put on illegal fiction. So we need to get that back onto the private man, and then when it comes back onto me as a private, then they'll see that there was no cause for arrest in the first place, because, you know, and under what contract was I performing under, you know? If so I entered into a contract, I didn't see full disclosure, and I put in here, it is improper to pay, no. Don't tell me I didn't put it in. Yeah, a contract founded on a base and unlawful consideration or against God's morals is none.
Yeah.
So if he got me a contract, he got me into some deceitful type contract kind of thing, and that nullifies it because it wasn't based on morals.
It wasn't an agreement.
I'm loving that though. They sent me a confirmation that yeah, it's all set and ready to.
Like dear Adam, you want to put your surname and everything.
See, even that, like the judge like, listen.
That's a private letter, you know.
Yeah, like yo,
that's personal.
They're recognising me as private, so like, what's the problem? I'm not Mr. Who. Can you? Thank you. I've done it. Where's my folder? I've got it. Thank you. No problem. Is the record on, sir? For the record, I'm coming in on my own terms and conditions, withholding my rights. Is that okay? Any objections? If there's any objections, I will stay here so I can withhold my rights for the record, sir. Sorry? Have you read my... So, from my understanding, if... Well, I can conditionally accept that under the condition that I am not entering into none of your contracts. I am the executor today. Yes, you can address me as Master Adam today, sir. Thank you. Sir, sorry, I can... Well, if you're not hearing my case, then I guess we can dismiss it altogether. Is there any objections for that, sir?
Well, if you've done the right court, I suspect you've been failed.
Your court? So is this a private court?
I said, if you've done the right court, I suspect you've been failed.
So I do not understand that, sir.
Then come here and I'll explain.
Sir, I'm staying here so I can withhold my rights. If I can enter into the dock and still withhold my rights and I waive all the benefits, then I will enter into the dock. But if I enter into the dock, entering into your contract, then I will stay here and withhold my my rights, my common law rights, sir. Yes. Yes. I am Master Adam. You can address me as Master Adam today, sir. Sir, I've just asked you to address me as Master Adam, so why would you address me as Adam who? My year of birth is 1985, sir. Have you had the copy of my affidavit, sir? Thank you.
Of the trust to determine the directions that I have instructed.
That I have instructed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trustees.
Instructed.
The trustees,
Yeah.
being both the Crown and Justice,
Yeah.
to my instructions. I trust everything is in order. Yeah. And consider this matter closed. Is in order. And consider this matter closed. Don't read it. To the trustee, signed by Adam who, to the what's the date? The 1st of February. By Adam who attended an administrative hearing 1st February 2013, where I have, as executor of the trust, to determine the direction that I have instructed the trustees, being both the Crown and Justice to my instructions. I trust everything is in order and consider this matter closed. Signed on the 1st.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Listen, just pack up like. I'll see you later.